Hey everyone, this is Matthew from the Singapore Healthcare Society, and today I'm going to give you all some tips for studying overseas. This video is not meant to explain every single thing about studying overseas because we won't be able to answer all the questions that you have. So if you have any questions, do post down in the comments below and I'll try to address them maybe in a video or just type out an answer to your comments so that many other people can benefit from your questions as well. So before I start, I just want to say a special thanks to Jaslyn, who prepared most of the information that I'm going to be sharing today. So yeah, thanks Jaslyn. And how I'm going to do this video is I'm going to do them in stages. So just look out for different stages, which is like, for example, a few months before, what to prepare, a few weeks before you come, what to prepare, and maybe when you touch down in Australia, what should you be doing what are the basic things you need to get ready. Okay, so just a bit of context, I'm studying in Sydney, Australia now. I'm on my second year studying physiotherapy. So this video will particularly be relevant to people who are going to study in Australia and going to study health sciences. So if you're not in those categories, the information here might not be very, very tailored towards your situation. So do look out for some disparities, and I will point out like what the specifics are. So now we start with months before. So a few months before, you're probably around there now, a few months before you go overseas, I hope that you already got your acceptance letter into whichever uni, and if you got it, congratulations. And for Australia, that will come with an ECOE as well. So do remember to print out your ECOE, and that will be something that you need to use for many things like applying for visas, applying for insurance and things like that. So for Australia, we do need a visa, and I'm pretty sure for many other countries out there as well, you do need a visa to stay there for however many years your degree is. So do apply for a visa early, very early, months before you come, apply for your visa to study wherever. So visas typically tend to take quite a while to process depending on where you're going and where you're from. So do take note of applying early for a visa. That is very, very important. Okay, and then for Australia, you need to apply for insurance as well. So our insurance is called OSHC. So it's Overseas Student Health Cover. So that is something that every student needs to apply for when you're studying in Australia. So get that done. I think you can do it online. So I did it online. So I think most people will be able to do it online as well. So particularly if you're going to study health sciences, because we're going to do placements and things like that, if you need to get a medical checkup, go get a medical checkup and get your immunization records ready. Okay, I repeat, get your immunization records ready. For myself, I didn't get it ready, so when I came here, I had to take many jabs that I took before when I was younger. So just because I didn't have that record. So don't be like me, don't forget that kind of stuff. And also you might need to get a police check from your country just to make sure that you have no criminal records and things like that, and to clear your name for placements next time. Okay, so those are some things to prepare months before. So maybe about 2-3 months before you come, make sure you get that done already. And now we're going to talk about also I almost forgot, remember to book your flight early. And I recommend, if you're not staying in student accommodation or planned accommodation, book or if you intend to find accommodation when you touch down here, I recommend that you book your flight here about 1 month before your uni starts. Okay, so don't be like me. I came 2 weeks before and rushed to find accommodation and everything else, and it was very, very, very stressful. So don't be like me. Book your flight about 1 month in advance. I think that will give you enough time to find accommodation, to settle down, to get used to your uni, to print out your notes or get your textbooks or do whatever you need to do before school starts and get your mind ready. Okay, so now we're talking about weeks before you come, so maybe about 2 weeks to 1 month before you come. Prepare cash. So we would recommend bringing about 1,500 to 2,000 Australian dollars if you're coming to Australia of cash, and also bringing a bank draft or something to set up a bank account when you're here. So do prepare that. Because it does take a while. If you're bringing bank drafts, it does take maybe about 2 or 3 days for a bank draft to process and get into your bank account. Do remember to bring cash. Don't come here and be stranded and be like, oh, I don't have any cash. Okay, so prepare your own personal medications as well. I think that's general advice for everyone. Prepare your medications. You don't want to come here and fall sick and not know where to go, especially for prescription medicines. And also prepare whatever documents that you might need. Things like your certificates, like I say, your ECOE, your visa, your immunization records, your police checks, and things like that. Prepare all these documents, preferably in hard copy, so that if anytime you need it over here, you can just whip it out and just use it. So yeah, documents are important. You can start, if you haven't planned accommodation by now, start to search for accommodation, start to search for places to stay, and start to book house inspections for when you're here. Remember I said I recommend flying in 1 month before if you haven't found a place to stay yet. So this is the time, weeks before you come, is the time to start searching online for places to stay. Because if you search too early, you might, and you decide on a place too early, you might need to pay empty rent until you come here. Okay, so what I did with some of my friends is that we did Airbnb for a period of time while we were searching for accommodation over here. So you might want to stay at a hotel or motel or Airbnb or something while finding for accommodation. I would recommend inspecting the house yourself, because you know what you like, you know what you want, you know what to look out for. So I would recommend weeks before looking at accommodation online. There are many websites out there. If you want any websites, let us know. Especially from Australia, we can share with you some websites to go to search for accommodations and to book inspections for when you come here. Okay, so yeah, so those are things to prepare weeks before you come. So, and also remember to pack. For me, I packed only I took 2 or 3 days to pack, and that was a bit stressful. So pack warm clothing. Check out the weather online and Google the weather in the city that you're going to and things like that. In Australia, it can get cold, but not too cold. Maybe the lowest it will drop to is about 8 degrees Celsius in winter, and the hottest it can be is about sometimes 40 over degrees. So do pack some summer clothes and some warm clothing as well. For those who you can come over and buy stuff as well. You can do that a lot in Australia. Yeah, in certain shops like Kmart and Target and things like that. Actually, things are not really that expensive. So if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. But do plan according to the weather of wherever you're going. So I know if you're going to UK and things like that, it can get super cold. So prepare for that as well. Yeah, and this video is dragging a bit long, so I'll try and speed up a bit. So on arrival, what to do when you just reach the airport, when you just touch down, right? First of all, I would recommend getting a phone SIM card, so you can get a prepaid or postpaid card when you're at the airport. So that will help you a lot with your traveling and things like that. And I know our generation can't live without data and having a phone that can use internet and things like that. We can't help it. We have to have it. So do get it at the airport. And then soon after that, go set up your bank account. So you can go to the banks itself and set up a bank account and deposit however much money you want to set up that bank account. Yeah, do note that this might take a while to process, so plan beforehand. So I recommend, on the day that you touch down, or maybe 1 or 2 days later, go set up your bank account. Because it's not I don't recommend carrying so much cash around wherever you go. It's a bit dangerous sometimes. Yep, so those are the 2 things really to do to get your phone card and your bank account. And also to do your house inspections now. For those who haven't found accommodation yet, go do your house inspections, go check out the different places, and don't be pressured to if you come about 1 month beforehand, you won't be pressured to sign straight away. Look for a suitable place that you will enjoy staying at for a few months or however long your degrees if you plan to stay that long. So that's all the general advice I can give. I know I said some a bit fast, so if you want to go back, to the different timestamps on what to do months before, what to do weeks before you come, and what to do when you just touch down, let's say in Australia or wherever you go. Do feel free to scroll back and search. And if I can summarize the main points of what I'm trying to explain through this video, what I'm trying to get at through this video is 3 C's. So the first C is chill, chill. Studying overseas will come with a lot of changes in your life, and I planned 1,001 things before I came here to Australia, but when I came I realized that most of my plans just fell through because Australia doesn't work the same way that Singapore works, and no two countries work exactly the same way. So do take note in the change of with the change of context, there'll be change of plans as well. So do note that sometimes you just need to learn to chill. And then secondly, connect with the people. I knew I got in contact with some of the people here in Australia before I came, and that made my transition so much smoother, so much nicer. And I hope that you guys can be able to find some friends in whichever city you are going to as well before you come. If you're coming to Sydney, Australia, you can get to know us. My housemates and I will be happy to show you around and give you some advice if you need. And also, so that's the second C, connect. And the last C, which is very important, is to challenge yourself, to grow. Many people talk about, when I go overseas or when I go to a new environment, I want to settle down, and I know many people, it's normal for everyone to want to settle down, and get comfortable in a place and things like that. There's nothing wrong with that. However, I want to encourage you all to, don't just settle down for a lower standard than what you've been doing in your home country. Settle up. Okay, do challenge yourselves to go beyond what you have done in the previous season in your life. Challenge yourself to do greater things than the previous season in your life. Challenge yourself to get better, to grow in character and things like that. And most of the things that I said in this video are regarding the physical things to prepare, but there are other things to prepare as well, preparing your mind, preparing your emotions and things like that. So whatever you need to grow in before you come, try to grow in that in your home country before you come, because when you're here and there's so many things going on, you might not have that capacity to say, yes, I want to grow in leadership, for example. I want to grow in being able to care for other people, in being able to take care of myself, in being able to cook, for example. So whatever skills that you need, whatever soft skills or hard skills that you need, prepare beforehand before you come, because these things are things not often talked about, but they are very, very important. For example, for me, I came here with thinking that I know I'm going to study, but I want to be more than just a student. I want to be a student who can impact other students, who can impact other people in the city that I'm going to. And I want to pick up as many skills as I can so that I can bring them back to Singapore when I go back to work. So these are things this is how I set myself up to grow in Australia. And I think I really, really enjoy the experience, even though there have been ups and downs, but I do really enjoy the experience, and I hope that you all can enjoy the experience as well. So 3 C's: chill, connect with people, and challenge yourself to grow. So I'll leave you with that. This video has gone too long already. If you have any questions, like I said, post it down below and I'll answer it as quickly as I can. So thank you for your time, and thank you, Jaslyn, once again for preparing all the points. So see you all around.